So today is my brother's day. Well, we are in Kampala, Uganda, and I'm really excited. Here's what I'm excited. Anthony is meeting my family for the very first time. So we're gonna dress up and then we go to church, Matters Way, by the lake. And then the wedding is at Munyonyo, which is right by the lake. So I'm really excited and I cannot wait to see the reaction, but also how my family is gonna react seeing him for the very first time. Good to see you too. Yeah. So I always come here and this guy has always been here.
Because you're here?
Yeah.
It's an easy job.
Yeah?
It's an easy job.
Of course it's an easy job. Ooh, ready?
It is
Just jump it. Don't put that thing back, okay?
I know, I can't.
So like any weddings in the United States or in Africa, weddings you get, be ready. You gotta look nice, you gotta show up, and you're gonna be absolutely all ready to do whatever it takes. Dance, eat, name it all. And since we're meeting my family for a long time, I am really excited. And I haven't also seen my family for the last 5 years. So they're seeing me in the last they have not seen me in the last five years, but also they're meeting Anthony for the very first time. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the salon. Well, they call them salons in Uganda. Basically, it's like, you go there, work on your hair. Anthony having crazy hair. I wanted him to have something really done for his hair. Me too, I needed to shave and get my, everything ready for the wedding. And it was really awesome to go to the city. I went to this salon. I have been going there for 15 years. Oh, I don't know how many years. And the same guy, seriously, the same guy still works there. Every time I go, he really blesses me and he's really wonderful. Whoa, that was hot, as in painful. So Anthony's hair, it's long and it's who knows what. But I'm not sure people in Uganda know how to deal with his color hair. But we're gonna give it a try. Whatever comes out, that would be fine. And sure enough, so we went to get ready for the wedding. It was nice. Yeah.
Your barber got to cut my hair.
It's John. Ready to go? We're good. Yeah. It was really awesome that we get to have that opportunity. Me and Anthony here in the United States, I don't think we've ever gone to a wedding together. I don't think so. So this is our first. So we went and bought suits and we are all stacked up to be ready for the wedding. He's excited. Even coming from the United States, that's one thing he was really excited about because he prepared before the shoes, the belts, the suits. So he was really looking forward to this. So as we get ready, it is really awesome to take part and see his joy and his fun that he's about to have in Uganda. I think for Anthony, think about you're going to a country you've never been. First of all, we went to Sorority. He got to see the, people who live on really little. Then he's meeting my family. It's not like he's meeting my mom and dad. He's meeting my uncles and my aunt. People I haven't seen for years and years. And they're all going to be there. And then he's going for the wedding. Think about that is overwhelming. So I can't imagine what was going in his head as he was looking forward to meeting my family, poor guy that he had to go through all that process. And, but I think he was really excited. He was really looking forward to that. I'm not sure he was prepared to know, is this your uncle? Is this your aunt? Because everyone's like, my brother, this is my brother. I'm your uncle. It's like, wait, what? So he was really looking forward to that. And I can't imagine his thoughts and all his brain kind of processing all that. Well, these days, the weddings in Uganda and the United States are not different. They're kind of the same, They always go to church, and after church, we go to the ceremony, So it was really awesome to go. So my brother is Roman Catholic, so we had to go to this priest thing, which was really cool. It's a church, I don't think I've ever been there, but it was really cool to go to Mutabazi and see the beauty. But boy, it was hot. It was maybe 100 and, I don't know, think about 110, and in humidity, you can imagine sweating and you feeling you cannot breathe, I haven't felt so for a long time. And then you dress in a jacket and a suit. boy, that was crazy. But it was really cool. But also too, like, I have not been in a Roman Catholic church for the last maybe, I don't know, 35 years. I went when I was little with my mom sometimes, but I haven't been there for long time. I can truly say maybe I don't know, last time I went, maybe I was 10 years old. Seriously, that's how long time ago I've ever been to a Catholic church. So it was wonderful to kind of really be there, and some things clicked, like, well, yes, they do this. So it was really nice to see my family really enjoy that as well. So it was really cool to be part of that. It was really cool that I get to, in some way just go back to the tradition of what my family is still doing. But it was really fun. But boy, it was hot. And of course, there's no AC, nothing. But it was hot. Literally, I could not sit in one place. I had to go sit in the corner where I saw a fan. I was like, before I collapse, I'm gonna go over there. So it was really cool to see my little brother. He's my youngest. So we have 5 biological siblings, and he's the youngest, So he was the last one. So it was really nice to really get to see him kind of really walk this journey, When I left Uganda, he was, I don't know, he could have been 5 maybe, So it was really cool to see him growing up. Like, think about, like, this kid, I lived with them when he was like 1 year old. And then I moved to the United States when he was like, I don't know, 10 or 12. So you can imagine just seeing him growing up and getting married and all that. It was really cool. But also in my family, it's the only wedding I think I have really experienced as a family member, because most of my siblings have, got married when I was, in Europe or here. So this was my first time to really attend, which was really cool, That brought back the memories, seeing him as a little boy and seeing him married. I'm like, wow, life goes in a flash, he was the youngest, so I can't say, I've had influence on him by how I've, lived a successful life, went to school, traveled abroad, live abroad. So he's the one who kind of followed my footsteps. He lives in Rwanda, he has an amazing business there. And it was a joy to really see, like, someone kind of picking up things that you've done before, or asking you a question like, hey, I want to do this. I want to build a house. What do I need to put in place? And to see him actually do that was really awesome. For your little brothers, kind of mirror your own life. It was a joy, that you get to influence your family in ways that you didn't know. And so for me, that was an awesome opportunity, but also a joy to really see. But it was also good to see my cousins that I grew up with, who were also younger. They were little, or they were much younger than me, to see them growing up with kids. And it was like, wow. So the memories of my childhood in some way just came back. Why? Because I saw the people that triggered it or brought it back, the things I had forgotten. Like, wait, I know you. We used to do this together. We used to go fetch water together. So it was really cool and amazing and a joy to really bring and see how far I've come, but also, how the world has changed for sure. So it was amazing to see that for sure in a short time. But it was awesome, absolutely awesome to go to church. I think for Anthony, I don't think he's ever been to a church where it goes more than 1 hour and 15 minutes. Most churches in the US are, short time. But boy, it was long. It's my dad, your grandpa. It's my mom, your grandmother. So for the very first time, Anthony was able to meet his grandparents. He was able to meet my mom, meet my father, and I think for him it was really a shock, like, oh, these are my grandparents, because they were the ones there at the wedding. And see my brothers and my other brothers and sisters. Well, it was a joy, just that, wow, this is your family. It was really a joy to see that. But also he got to meet the man who rescued me. Remember? The man who took me in and really gave me the most opportunity nobody had ever given me before. That changed my life was there as well. I think that was really a joy and a treat for Anthony to meet the guy, like, oh, this is the guy that really came alongside and changed your life. Like, yes, for Anthony, I think, to really put the pieces together, because he has had my story for a long time. So now he's able to say, oh, this is the family. this is the family that helped you. This is the family, biological family. This is your mom. This is your uncle. I mean, it just kind of really joined together in a way that was really exciting for him to learn and learn about his dad. So I don't know how he took it, because it was a little too much for sure. I don't know if you're introduced to your family, friends, and family, 300 of them in one bit. That's a lot to take. But also what helped was the people who came for the reception are not the same people that came for the wedding. So it was easy to meet them in bits and bits in some way. The good thing for me, he met my biological family first at church, and then he got to meet other uncles and aunties later. So which was fun, but I can say sure it was overwhelming for him. Well, the cool thing is, most of my family speak English. Remember, Uganda was colonized by the English, so one of the common languages is English, but my mom doesn't speak English. She speaks a little, so we had to translate for him. But the majority, people were just talking to him, anytime they wanted. My dad speaks English, so that was a little easy for him to talk to him. And, but it's hard when you can't relate with this kid and, we're here, but most of the time I think they said, hey, you need to stay and you come to Kabale so you can be with us for at least a year. That was the invitation. Everyone was like, you need to stay, and we're gonna feed you, and then we're gonna show you, but you gotta stay for at least 1 year to get to know us. So which was really cool, and I was like, absolutely, he should stay here for 1 year. Let him just line to the village, go fetch water like I did, eat your local food, and I think it would be awesome, So that was the invitation. I think everyone was like, yes, it's a wedding, it's too much people, but it would be really nice if we just had to take you in for days and months and get to learn about you, and you get to learn about us. But I think they were overjoyed to really meet him. They've seen him in pictures and videos since he was 11, so in some way they kind of knew who he was, but really seeing him in person, that was really different in a way, and they were really shocked. He was the only white kid, everyone else looked like me, but he was the only white kid looking like, wait, wow, who's that kid, but it was fun that everyone was coming to him because they kind of knew who he was in a way. Typical weddings in Africa, they invite friends, but also remember, here in Africa, it's the groom's parents that do the wedding. They pay for the wedding, and most of them, they contribute the most. But in Uganda, it's your family, it's your friends. So all the friends you invite, you send emails and texts to friends, and they all contribute towards your wedding. So it's a community wedding rather than an individual wedding, because they all contributed to come to your wedding, or they all contributed to make your wedding happen. So most time, everyone who contributed, you get to invite them. But in my case, I think because my brother lives in Rwanda and they had to come to Uganda and Kampala, which is far away, it's about 300 miles away from my village. So most people could not make it. But those who live in Kampala, who are relatives and friends, were there for sure to see. So it was really joy. I love the communal way of thinking and how they do things. It's your friends that really contribute. It's your friend that come along. It's your friend that show up. And it was good to meet their friends, that made it that happen. But they've grown up with, but also too, they have made them who they are. So it was a joy to see just how things are done in the United States and how things are not done, in a different way in Uganda. For Anthony, it was a joy to see just how long and the fun and the family. Like, it's not about the performance and we do this and go here. It's really family, just hanging out and, dancing and enjoying and food and walking around. They take forever, so think about the wedding started at Church was at 2. The reception didn't begin until maybe 6. So think about 2. I mean, that's a long time. And it didn't end until midnight. That's a long, long, long day. So for Anthony, it was a joy to see just how things take long, Of course, attending an African wedding, I don't think I've attended one for the last 15 years, But I love the tradition where they, it's always, both families coming together, and they dance, they share memories, they call their, everyone talks. Here in the United States, most time it's the grooms or the best man that gets to talk. But in Uganda, everyone, the parents get to talk, the friends get to talk, everyone. And it's really always awesome to see, something that I've never seen before is usually it's the parents of the groom and the bride that talk the most, because they're kind of giving instruction of, hey, our daughter is coming to you. Here's what you need to watch out for. Here's what we would love to know about you. Here are the gifts we would like to give to your new family. Then my family, the groom's family says, well, we got your daughter and we're grateful for you. We want you to be part of us. I mean, it's like family uniting and somehow really sharing the things that are about to be, we know, maybe that we're in my family that are about to be part of my family, So, for example, my family lives in Kampala and Rwanda, So now that we know this family lives in a different county or different district. So now if I'm visiting, I have to really remember them. In some way, they're like, remember us, Peter, as you travel, because now you're part of our family. So that was really cool to watch how families unite and how they really give instructions for younger ones to follow at a wedding, Of course, it was overwhelming for me as well. Remember, I've been abroad for more than 27 years. Think about it. So for those who are left who were 5, they're now in their 30s, So as Anthony was meeting new families, I felt like I was also meeting new families, because I left a long time ago. So coming back and watching them do things and, people introduce themselves like, hey, I know you. You're like, who are you? You're 5 when I left and now you have 5 children. Wow. That was exciting, but also just a joy that we get to unite, but got to really see a different way the weddings are done, For me, what I love the most is that they take their time, It's not just a performance and it's family time. And family time can take forever, And that's something that was reminded at that wedding that, yes, it took about, 6-7 hours, but it was worth it because families were being families and people were just taking time to get to know each other and catch up, which was really, really, really awesome, that I loved and I miss as well. It was also fun. Remember, so Uganda is a tropical, so we grow lots of flowers. And we are in Kampala and a really nice hotel as well. It was amazing to see the decorations as well, like how, it's very westernized, but man, the flowers, in my head I was like, all these flowers, roses, how much they cost? Then I remember, wait, I'm in Uganda. These things are, they're cheap. They grow them and it's really cool. So it was really fun to see the way they have that, how they focus the pictures about their family. Like you really walked in and you knew who they were because you saw the pictures of their family. You knew their names. Like everything was really, everywhere. It was outside, which was really cool too. That breeze coming from the lake was wonderful, So it was I think the setting was magnificent. The food too, amazing food, It took a while. Think about it. You started the wedding at 2. It's 7. You haven't eaten. Think about, boy, that was, people were starving and I was ready to eat, to be honest. But the food was really absolutely amazing, I love that they mix the traditional food, the Indian food, the African food, and they all combine together to make into a buffet. So, it was really cool that you just walk around and just pick up what food you wanted. What you felt was good for you is what you got. And for me, that was really cool. My son loves, my kids love African food, especially the stew and the chapati. And to see, they was like, yes, Anthony, now you can believe me that this is Ugandan, which was really a joy that, we could pick. He tried. I wanted him to try the typical African food that I can never cook or that I'm not a fan of, but he tried and he's like, it doesn't taste like I thought, but he tried, which is good. He always gives a try to something he's never had before. So it was really good to see him enjoy the meals. It took me back, like literally memories, like I cannot explain. Like I just went back like 30 years, like, wow, this is what I've missed all these years, for not being Uganda. But it was a joy that I get to bring Anthony with me and he get to enjoy it. But it was fun, eating, dancing, meeting family. For me, my favorite part was meeting family, those that I have not met for a long time and catching up with my brothers and my sisters as well. It was awesome. So this is a recap about the wedding. So, now we have so much else to do. So we have to go do something special. There's so much to see and so much to do in Uganda. So this was awesome wedding. I hope you enjoyed it as we enjoyed as well. But we have more to show you and we cannot wait to really show you, especially for Anthony, that I wanted to show him everything I could while there. So The wedding was fantastic. Meeting Farmer and being with Farmer was a joy. I wish I could stay for another 2 days, absolutely, to get to catch up with them. But those hours gave us a time to really enjoy and get to introduce them to Anthony. So that was it. Otherwise, we got more to show, but it was really a joy to be with Farmer.
Hi guys, my name is Anthony. This is my dad. You're supposed to say hey.
Oh,
And this is my dad.
hey.
All right. It's Jesus Christ. My dad.
Hey. I'm saying what you're saying.
Just smile and wave.
Okay, don't say anything. All right.
This is my dad. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you can be notified whenever another one of our videos come out. And we love to see your comments, so make sure that you leave a comment down below of what we should do next and if we should bring back cooking with Anthony. And thank you so much for supporting us.